do, diddy, dum diddy do. Tired. Ooh, sweating under my boobs. I'm weird. The synopsis of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 5, titled The Price, states Joel surprises Ellie for her birthday. As their rift continues to widen, Ellie prepares for a confrontation, while Joel makes a difficult choice out on patrol. Now we gotten to the bottom of Ellie and Joel's relationship being distant. On Ellie's 19th birthday, Joel decided to let Ellie go on her first patrol. Everything was cool until Joel was radio about some of the infected in the forest. Ellie and Joel saw the infamous Eugene, Gail's husband. He was bit and wished to talk to Gail before he passes. Ellie told Joel that Eugene got time because she had him, Eugene, hold out his hand and count to 10, and he did fine. Joel told Ellie to get the horses and promised her that they would tie Eugene back and they go back to Jackson so he could see his wife. Ellie left, but Joel had Eugene walking so far where they ended up at the cliff looking out the lake. Or river. I don't know. Eugene begged Joel to see Gail and to get her last words, and again told Joel he just wanted to see her. But Joel said if you love someone so much, you can always see them, and that's when Joel ended Eugene's life. In the end, Joel and Ellie buried Eugene, and Joel lied to Gail that Eugene wanted to say that he loved her and didn't want to put her in danger, and he ended his own life. But Ellie blew Joel's cover and told Gail the truth. Gail smacked Joel and hugged Tommy, and Ellie cried with anger and told Joel, "You swore," and she walked off. So we met the infamous Eugene. Yeah, played by the one and only Joe Pantoliano. That's it. I'm going to say that one time. The man who played in The Goonies, the man who played in Bad Boys, the man who played in Baby's Day Out. I loved him Baby's Day Out. He played in a lot of things. He was on Chucky the TV series. Yeah. And so how do I feel about Joe lying to Ellie about to Gail about what had happened and breaking his promise to Ellie, bringing Eugene back to Jackson so Eugene and Gail can talk for the final time because he was bitten. Here's my thing. If you make a promise and you swore on it, you better hold your end. That's how I feel. Now, if you're a type of person that tells me up front that I'm a type of person that say I don't make promises that I can't keep, then that's fine. That's fine. But when you end it with I promise, now if you say, okay, just go get the horses and stuff like that, and you don't say I swear or I promise, then I'm just thinking that okay, you're gonna do what you want to do, but don't break your promise. Do not break your promise. I'm holding you to it. And that's what Ellie did. Twice. He swore to Ellie twice. Now, how do I feel about Joel ending Eugene's life? I felt like that he could bring him back. And at the same time, I understand why he did it. Because even though Ellie said that hold your hand out, count to 10, he did. But who's to say that he would not turn while they on their way to Jackson? So in a way, it's kind of like I see why Joe did it. And at the same time, I can understand why Ellie is mad. Now the thing is that he lied. It's the lying, okay? And just for him to say, Joe to say to Gail, well, he was bitten. Okay, that's the truth. And he want me to tell you that he loved you, okay? And he don't want to put you in danger, so he off himself. It's just like, dude. And it's like, I get it if you need to tell the person what they needed to hear. Like you want to save them the heartache. Okay, I get that. But it's like now usually you're not by yourself, Joel. You with Ellie. And Ellie now wants to confront you about what happened 5 years prior. And 5 years prior. And now you lied in front of Gail and you lied in front of Ellie again. And Ellie blew Joel's covers like he's lying. That's not what happened. He wanted to see you, and he wanted to talk to you, and we supposed to bring him back. And I was getting the horses, but Joel shot him in the head. That's how she said it. and then I'm like, it is crazy because I get both sides, but you promised, and I get why Joel did it. Is because we don't know if Eugene's gonna turn while we taking him back. Okay, but the lie like that, it's like, come on now, come on, and that is open that opens the door for Ellie to ask questions about what happened, and we're gonna get into that. After the New Year's Eve party, we found out that Ellie and Joel did have the conversation about what had happened at Salt Lake City 5 years ago. Ellie asked him, were there any immune people? Did the Raiders massacre the Fireflies at the hospital? Did he, Joel, ended Marlene's and the rest of the Fireflies' life? He answered truthfully, and she asked him, could the doctor make a cure? And Joel said yeah, but she wouldn't make it. And Ellie, with emotion, told him it wasn't up to him to make that decision, and it was her purpose to cure everyone, even if it means if her life had to end in the process. Joel cried and told her that he did that because he loved her so much. And if he had another chance, he would do it all over again, and told her that one day when she has a kid, she will understand, but hoping she would do better than him. Ellie told Joel that she doesn't think she could forgive him for what he had done, but she would like to try. What I said in the previous video about people saying that Ellie had blacked out, I think that she did. Because her ending up at the theater, yeah, it's one of those moments where you either driving or walking and you're in your own headspace, and all of a sudden you at that destination like, whoa, hold up, like, where was I? So I think that's what happened. Ellie and Joe finally talked, and she got her answers. And I love the fact that like myself, I thought that her last time when she spoke to Joe was her yelling at him, but no, just when she came back from the New Year's Eve party, she saw Joe on the porch, they looked at each other, she walked away. But no, she walked back and walked on the porch, and they talked, had that deep conversation, and he answered Ellie's questions truthfully, and come to find out that, hey, if that means that her life had to be taken away to get this cure, the cure from her, that she said that was her purpose. But my whole thing is this, Ellie, you didn't say that in season 1. You didn't say that, if you get the cure, and if you die in the process, then okay, that's your purpose. You did not say that. You said that once they do whatever they have to do, then it's going to be me and you. I go where you go. Now, if you would have said that, Ellie, from the very jump to Joel, say that, but if I die in this process, then at least I did my purpose. And what memories that we had, I hope you kept it within you. Now, if he decided to not abide by what you want, then yeah, get mad. But you didn't do that. So yeah, he took that away from you, but also Marlene had took the choice away from you. She didn't tell you that you were going to pass on at all. So like Joe said, I hope you be better than I am, but once you have a kid of your own, it's like, if I would have done it again, get a second chance, I would do it again. I say, well, Joe, hold up. Now you hear Ellie, like, if she is going to die in the process, you going to do it again? That's real selfish. I mean, I understand that you love her, but you got to grant her wish on that. Now she let it be known. She didn't let it be known in the season 1, but she let it be known right now. If she's going to die in the process, let her be. And I understand because he lost Sarah and what have you. You want to protect, and that's what he does. That's what you saw in the beginning of the episode. Him always protect the people who he loves, and he will eliminate anyone who gets in between that. That's how he is. And then all of a sudden he lies too and stuff. Like, come on, Joe, you gotta work. I mean, I understand to a certain extent, like I said, with Eugene, of him lying. Like, if you lied to someone because you want them to hear what they want to hear to save them from the pain, because Joel does respect Gil. I understand that, but sometimes you got to tell them the truth. Point blank, period. But I'm glad that she's willing to try to forgive Joel. So it's like their relationship is intact. And again, that explains why Ellie was actually cussing Jesse out in episode 2 before they went on to that patrol, before Joel passed on. So it makes a whole lot of sense, because everybody thinking that her last time was yelling at Joel, but it wasn't. They were cool. They were cool at the end of the day. And that's why she reacted the way she reacted. And she, he did it. He did it. And now she's gonna have a kid on the way at a very young age. And yeah, it's gonna be changes. Yeah. And she probably would do things that are better than Joe. Or maybe not, because they both of them are like peas and carrots. Yeah. But I do miss Joe. I miss seeing Joe. Pedro Pascal. I miss him. Nah. And to see their relationship from when Ellie was 15, 16, 17, and 18, 19, and all that stuff, and just see and the reason why she moved out basically is not because of the secrets or the lies or anything else. It's just one of those things I need my own place. Okay, teenage angst or rebellion kind of thing. And for him to accept her for who she is. Okay. And let me say this. I do want to apologize to Bella Ramsey, because I know when I say, when when Ellie and Dina was kissing and everything, I had to turn my head away because I still see Bella as Lyanna Stark and stuff. I used the wrong pronouns. I did use the wrong pronouns because Bella want to be called they or them. Okay, so I'm sorry, Bella. I want to apologize for that, I'm sorry, I forgot that quick. But Ellie, yeah, that's the reason why Ellie moved into the garage. It's just nothing. But for Joel to accept her, being a lesbian, cool. It's like you experimented, okay, come on, Joel. And but it is, he say it is what it is. How can you be oblivious like that, Joe? For real. The space, oh my gosh, I'm like Ellie. I love space. It's I want to go in a shuttle, but they discontinue that. But oh gosh, I just to be in there in a museum, just sitting back at the shuttle of Discovery or Endeavour, because what happened with Challenger in Columbia. I didn't even know where the disaster for Apollo 1 until the anniversary, the 20th anniversary of Apollo 1, no, of Columbia. Then they say anniversary of Challenger, anniversary of Apollo. I'm like, well, this is for Columbia, but go off. And I said, well, what happened to Apollo 1? Then I read it, and then I heard the audio. Yeah, that will haunt. Ooh, that haunted me for days and days and days. Oh, but yeah, I thought that was a beautiful moment between them two. And now we're gonna wait till the next episode, which is a season finale of The Last of Us. So, oh no. I hope Dina is being okay. I mean, she had to be okay because she had to give birth. Okay. Nothing better not happen to my brother Jesse. Don't do anything to Jesse. That's all I gotta say. And then we're gonna see Isaac. Are we gonna see Henry? I don't know. But anyway, that is all I have for The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6, titled The Price. Again, like I said in Dead City, I'm all over the place. I am tired. I want to get this done and over with. So tell me what you thought about this episode of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6. And I will see y'all next time. So peace, love, and happiness to all of you. Stay cool. There'll be no fool. Use a tool of what? Knowledge. Deuces. Bye.